Hello everybody, welcome back to Maxwell's Puzzling Demon. I've got a fresh brain since I took a few days off to play the Foul Damage, the egg jumping platformer, and the game has had an update. Press H to see the description of the hint system. You can disable this from the system setting. Oh, if you are stuck, press H to enter a level hint. The hint of a world also gives you detailed descriptions of the gimmicks introduced. If you exit from the hint level, you'll return to the start point of the original level, and note that the hints are just hints, never used for meta puzzles. Shortcuts to the hint levels are placed here. Okay. But we are going back to World 4? Yes, we did those pistons and these pistons. So we can actually go out into 10 or 13. No. Controls. This goes over here and pushes us down. So we have 16, 17, 18, 19. We need to solve one of these, I think, to get this to be not here anymore. Or to put something there to allow us to manipulate this to be hot. But yeah, that's to be figured out if we want to get to the next zone. And that's got glue on it, so I don't know what we're going to do about that either. But let's try and solve one of these so that we can possibly make other progress. So this guy has four available to be hot. And this is neutral. Now that's cold. How did I move past this guy previously? I think I had to do this, didn't I? Don't put that there because I can't get it back. So that then makes them neutral. I can come to the side of this now. That makes all of this hot. But then I don't know what I'm doing with that. So, do I have to make this cold? Presumably so, right? Because I can't move over here. I can't move that there, so... this to here and this being cold seems like the only possible thing to do. If that goes to neutral there, I can't get behind that. That can go to neutral, then I can make them both cold again, or I can leave them be. That's cold. That's neutral, that's cold. But what do I need to do with this? This gets more cold. When it doesn't get hot when it gets bigger. So... that's now neutral. And that doesn't change anything. I don't understand what I'm doing with this. There's no hint system in World 4 yet. But it must be. This gets to cold. Then this gets to hot. Now we can do... well... can we do this all gets to neutral? We did earlier, didn't we? But all of it being neutral I don't think helps me. I don't understand how I'm making this longer in a way that is functionally helpful. Like, I don't think I can jam pieces in behind it because I can't move it over and move stuff down at the same time. So I have this, I can move this freely. Doesn't even have to be cold. This one I can't move freely. I can move it up. I feel like this doesn't help me. Because once they're hot, I can't do anything else with them, you know? This, I can't step to there to equal things out. That makes everything equal. That makes it cold, that makes everything cold, and now everything's just cold. And unhelpful. I don't understand what else I can do if I can either make it hot or make it cold or make it neutral. Except I can't make it... I can't make it hot. And this is just now all neutral. What else can I do here? Challenge my assumptions. I don't know why there's these 3 glass blocks at the end and why it's specifically 3. Does that matter? I definitely can't get past this while it's hot, can I? It just can't happen. So, grabbing this out and cold. Now I can do this. Or perhaps this. That gives me a little bit more flexibility, but not tons. And also, not really at all. What can I possibly do here? If... Okay, hold on. What would happen if the hot was all there and then I push? Oh! God damn it. Okay. So I have a glue piece now. What can I do with this one glue? Well, I can just get that out of the way. Alright, we cleared world 4. There's 4A and 4B because I did access them previously. And then there's world 5 with a lot of puzzles in it. And we now have access to world 5. I guess we have to go in first, do we? So we now have access to world 5 here. I feel like I should at least make a sincere attempt to solve 17, 18, and 19 here, because we didn't really get much done with these. But hey, I solved a puzzle. That means I can upload the video rather than just not solving anything for 30 minutes then feeling bad about wasting everybody's time. Because that is kind of how my brain operates. This needs to be down and pushed over. That pushes up when it gets hot. Huh? Okay, well, maybe it's not about pushing the red thing up and over, it's about getting the red thing pulled out, isn't it? So that kills me. But that's not glued to that. So, these are our two glue surfaces. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, I feel. This, surely, has to be the piece that goes most closest to the red piece. But then what are we doing with this piece? Because while I can then lift this out, it's not attached to the other piece that we have. Don't know why this pillar is in the way here. Fantastic question. That makes that longer and also is not stuck to it. Here's a question. Here's a great question. Why can't I just push the red one to the right instead, rather than trying to remove it, push it deeper? Because this void exists rather than the level just cutting off there, which would suggest it has to be pulled out. This could be pushed in. So what combination of stuff lets us push it in and then also gets it back out again? Because it feels like this is obviously just too simple. So if it's going to be that deep in the hole, how do I get the stuff back out of that very deep hole? Because we can't do this piece. Hold on, let's get the other. Get that over one. It cannot be this piece there, because if we push it in, even if we could bring this out now, these two are glued together, filling the void, which means that's an impossibility. So this piece cannot go next to it. Ergo, this piece has to go next to it. Which begs the question, what are we doing with the other two freely available to be moved pieces? Because that doesn't get deep enough. If I put this here, I can move it over, but I can't move it up. That's interesting, but I don't think that's helpful. But where else could it possibly go that it might help? Because this, we've already discussed, can't go next to the red piece. If it goes here, that's just glued together and can't be recovered. That makes you neutral. Hold on. Maybe we're not pushing it all the way in with hot stuff. Maybe we're making it neutral somehow. We're gonna need more. We can't make it neutral because we'd need an infinite neutral thermal mass to make it neutral. Wouldn't we? Alright, here's a question. Here's a strange question, perhaps. If that were somehow next to the heat, but in a way that this couldn't expand because we were stood here, what happens? Because what we can do is move this around in other interesting ways. But we can't crush it more. We can move it around. So my initial thought was bring it out. My second initial thought, or my second thought, because they can't both be initial thoughts, was push it deeper. My third thought was neutralize it and then push it myself. But I don't think that's as viable. Why is my brain just thinking, what happens if we do Tetris T-shape? Nothing happens. Basically, is the long and short of that, I think. Yeah, this one stumps me even more than the last guy. So in the last level, we solved it by making it neutral at the same time as this happening, so that the neutral thing stayed expanded. But there's no cold here, and I can't make cold. And I can't use me as a hot conduit. There are local single hot conduits in your area. That doesn't work. So I'm running out of thoughts. Because there's not many configurations this whole thing can exist in. I want to make this hot and then remove it again. I'd have to use a different piece on the ground level. Like this. But now that's stuck there and can't be removed, so that suggests that it's going to be this instead. Because now I can remove this while it's hot. If that even helps me. And this whole time, even if I push this red piece in all the way, it's then hot. I can't stand here to push upwards. So pushing the red piece all the way in isn't it. So I think it must be, somehow, remove the piece or neutralize it. And with the solution of the last puzzle being neutralize the heat... that's the wrong button. Hi, this is my face. I was focused on the scenes in OBS rather than the window that I was trying to manipulate with the keys. The old arrow keys. What can I do with these pieces? Because I can't make this hot further away. I did something earlier, and I can't quite remember how I set it up to view something interesting about this. Like, that gets neutral. That now can't go down because of the glued piece, which is interesting. That can. But I just don't know how I can now neutralize the heat. Okay, what if... No, I can't bring this up, which is what I was thinking about. Because it's on the ground of the floor. My brain's just like, try every different kind of Tetris piece until there aren't any other Tetris pieces left. I've gathered some heat. And then I can do nothing with it. Alright, let's go to 18. Because this will be simpler, won't it? Lots of glue. Now, this piece can go underneath there, but that gets me killed. And no matter what arrangement of glass I use, I will be killed. I will be toast. Doing that makes it open. Again, I'm wondering, is there some part of this I haven't really understood about neutralizing heat with closing switches or something? That doesn't do anything. That just gets me killed, but I need the piston to be on the far right, clearly. But I have no idea what I can possibly do with these other 3 pieces, glued or not, to make anything happen. It's not like one of them has a safe wall. It's not like the piston can push me away after it's hot. And so, in situations like these, I have no idea what I'm trying to work towards to, you know? Like, just going back to this once more. So, we made cold, which is the thing that we can't do anywhere else. Then I have to neutralize the middle one first. So now we have hot and cold in equal parts, and that neutralizes in a full open position. But for the life of me, there's no cold here. So, I don't know. I really, really don't know. And this can only be more complicated, right? So that grabs that down. And I need to keep the hot alive? But how on earth? Okay, that's interesting. I can do that. That's a good start. And that's neutral. But I want this to be hot to be... Huh. The top piece of this is insulated completely. And I need to make this hot to expand the piston on the right. So... these things don't have thermal mass, right? So if I do this, they just neutralize anyway. I can't store hot somewhere that I can tell. No, I'm completely befuddled by the other puzzles here. 4, 6. Looks like there's so few moving parts. I don't know what I could possibly do with this. So hot makes this long. So I can't move the hot around. I can move the hot around. Can I move the hot around? I can move the hot around. Where do I want the hot? And is it there instead? One further over to the right. Then I need the cold to retract that after. So where on earth am I putting that? Because that don't work. That just makes too much hot. But I can definitely move the red. Unless I can put the red... Okay, hold on. I'm going to push this up. I need to put the red here. So one lower and one lefter than where it is. Except now I can't get this over to where I want it to be in that gap. But maybe I can from the top. Except you're in the way now. If I put that there, that's just going to neutralize everything, right? Also, it doesn't push the red backwards, it pushes the L shape forwards. So that does not really help me, does it? I can't think of a way to do this that doesn't just neutralize everything. Alright, I should probably not think on this too long and just be grateful that I got into Area 5. I'm sorry for the slow progress. Hopefully Area 5 has a different gimmick and we can make some reasonable progress, and then we can come back to other puzzles when we have hopefully a deeper understanding of just the whole system in general. For now, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.